Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I'm stuck in my house, like all of you are, with my family, and like you, I'm probably going to kill everybody here. But with that said, I'm doing my best to give as many lives as possible. Make sure you guys have what you want. And by the way, we are starting. Hopefully, I can have it up tonight or tomorrow morning. We are starting our daily band workouts. We will be working out together. I basically switched on. Now my gym is still open, right? Like I work at a small gym, and honestly, Tennessee just doesn't give a fuck. Tennessee's not San Francisco. We're not under martial law. Tennessee's like, you know what? We're staying open. Whether that's right or wrong, this isn't the place for political discourse. If you want to do that, we can go on Twitter, talk about it all you want. However, on YouTube, I'm here to answer questions, help you reach your goals. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to be doing these mini band workouts every single day. Every single day. We'll do something every day. I'm not saying we're going to go hard every single day. We'll do something. So my goal is, while all these gyms are closing, not just in the USA, but also around the world, to make sure that you guys have all the tools that you need to get by. Now, if you need to know what bands to buy, you can message me, DM me on Instagram at Marc Lobliner. Also, I did a video yesterday of which bands to buy at, let's say, Dick's Sporting Goods. I can show you what I got yesterday. Can you grab me that box for the bands I bought? And also grab me, if you can, the bag of mini bands. That'd be fantastic. So at Dick's, they have, these are skills bands. I suggest getting light, medium, and heavy. The heavy is black, the BBB, the big black band. Um, this is the red one. This is medium. This is light. Grab these. You can buy a whole set of these on Amazon. On Amazon. So another thing we have is mini bands. I'm going to recommend you get these in various a degree of difficulties. Here's the ones that I made. I don't have these in stock anymore, but the ones I'm going to recommend are probably going to be Perform Better. This is a Perform Better. I've used the shit out of it, but here's a Perform Better band. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of bands in my training. I have probably $100 in bands in this bag right here. So we're going to be doing bands. We're going to be doing a lot of band training. And honestly, the chest workout I have designed for today will probably be one of the better chest workouts you've had in your life. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to be filming it as soon as it stops raining. My wife and I have a 12 o'clock meeting today with our new house. So when we get back around 1:32, the rain's gone. We're going to be doing that. And I'll have that up here for you to see. We're going to get it organized very neatly on a website, ml2training.com. That's ml2training.com. For now, I'm just going to post it up on YouTube so you guys have something to do. I realize it sucks. You guys are freaking because you don't have a gym, you don't have weights, but that's fine. Um, the thing is, the internet is going to get you through this. The internet's going to keep the American economy going. With tigerfitness.com, Amazon, you're able to get everything you need. And if you want to eat out, hey, you get to eat food. You get to order from your favorite restaurants, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that stuff. Look, man, it's an unfortunate situation. However, I'm here to help you as much as I can. Again, I can still go to the gym, but I'm not going to. I'm going to, yeah, Ohio closed all gyms, as did Illinois, as did California, Tennessee. The chain gyms like Lifetime closed. However, local gyms are like, hold my beer, we got to train. So, with that said, that's what's going on with me. My goal is to provide you much information. I'm going to do as many of these lives as possible to the point where you might be sick of me, but I know you're sitting at home. You got nothing to do. I'm here to help you guys get through that. All right. Yeah. Michigan closed all gyms yesterday as well. What's up, Houston? How you doing? I don't think Texas has really done anything. They're kind of rocking around like Tennessee is too. Is 6 day push pull legs too much for beginner? Here's the answer to that, and it's not the answer you want to hear. It depends on how much volume you have. Like if you go in and you literally do one set of chest, one set of shoulders, one set of triceps, that's fine. But if you're in there crushing it for 2 hours, there's no way you're going to recover. So we're playing. It depends on volume and intensity. So you can't just say I'm doing 6 days of training, because, for example, my kids, when they train on their own, they're able to train and modulate their recovery and their training, and obviously they're doing their thing. But they've been training with a professional soccer player the last couple weeks, and his level of intensity, there's no way they could do that every single day, every single day. So um So yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of have to modulate your volume and your intensity, and then you can modulate your frequency alongside it. So there's no answer to that because it depends on too many variables: volume, frequency, and intensity. Does that make sense? I don't just throw out four. No, that's too much. It's like it depends on so many variables. Thank you, Noah. When's the red and greens formula dropping? We have machine greens. We don't need you don't need reds because we have everything built into machine greens. There's no need for anything else. Machine greens has you covered. I never said I wanted anything red. Thing is, we have the greens blend. We also have the reds blend as well in there, the fruit blend. So we're good. Um, what's up, dude? Respect always being on the grind. Hope you and your family are safe. We're fine. Like Tennessee's a great spot to be. I believe Katie said we have what 57 cases in the state. We have 18 of them in our county, and honestly, I'm more likely. And my response to Katie is, I'm more likely to get herpes from a toilet seat than to get this. And even if I got it, I'm young and healthy. My chances of recovery and not even knowing I had it are higher than my chances of even giving a fuck about it. The populations at risk are obviously the elderly and most of America because we're all fat, obese, and unhealthy. Um, yeah, I love this shirt. I think we might still have some in stock. I don't know what sizes though. Cami photobombing. No, there is nothing else to do in the smallest apartment. Best program for beginner lifters. Honestly, there is no best program. Try out a few things. I would say for a beginner lifter, push pull legs would be a good program. Look up a 3 day workout split. If you go to tigerfitness.com, type in 3 day in the search function, you get a lot of options. And then just try stuff. What's your thoughts on Dorian Yates hit? I've been doing high volume and don't see me. The problem is you need the right training partner. And honestly, in my opinion, you need years and years and years of training experience to be able to reach the level of intensity mentally that Dorian does in his training. So for most people, I don't believe it's the best. I also believe there's a high degree of injury risk when you get to those weights where you're maxing out and going beyond failure and all that. I do think it's an effective training method for advanced lifters. However, unless you're a super advanced lifter, I don't see it doing much for you. And as you can see, not many people use it anymore because again, you have to be reliant on having a really good training partner who could push you, who could do those force reps, and you can't do it on your own. For someone like me who trains on my own, it would be impossible. And even with my wife, she can't spot me on the heavy lifts, so there's no way I would be able to do that training method. Um, because imagine if I get stuck with my weight on like a bench press, I'd probably die before she can lift it up, and she'd let me die. So you know, um, that's the thing. How many sets per muscle group for an absolute beginner? Many say start with low volume. I say start with the lowest possible. It just depends. Now, how many body parts are you doing in one day? How much training? What's your history of training? Or are you a former athlete? Again, you can't just set these variables. I would say, generally speaking, 6 to 8 sets per body part seems about right. But then again, it depends on your intensity. Yeah, Ohio closed all gyms. Ohio is definitely leading the league in fucking freaking out. Ohio, as an Ohio business owner, they just freaked the fuck out. Michigan closed all gyms. Yes, they did. Is it still safe to train if gyms stay open like mine? In my opinion, if you're young, healthy, and you're not around elderly people, let's say you're not good. What I'm saying is don't go to the gym and go kiss grandma. If you're like me, like we don't know anybody here, and everybody we know is young and healthy. You know, so for us going to the gym, hold my beer, who cares? You know what I mean? I don't care because not only will it probably, based on my knowledge of it, will it probably not affect us, but if any of us got it, we would have the sniffles. And I might breathe a little heavy on a couple sets. And in fact, I've said this many times on social media. Remember when I lost my voice between December and January? All of my symptoms were that of the coronavirus. And now we find out that this motherfucker's been here since last year. I think I've already fucking had it. So I'm not saying for sure I did. I didn't get tested but look, it wasn't the flu. It wasn't the flu. It wasn't a fucking cold. And I'm in perfect health. It definitely wasn't because I smoked. So I'm wondering what it was. My only explanation is this fucking weird virus from China that came and fucking got me sick. That's the best. Honestly, it makes the most sense. Um, Kids asymptomatic for the most part. So for someone like me, going to the gym is fine. But if you're living with grandma, or you're old, or you're living with someone with cystic fibrosis, you should probably sit this one out. Wouldn't you agree, Katie? Let's see. Okay, I'm just finding the question, guys. I didn't want to keep tapping the screen. What up, Mark? What happened to Carbolic? I don't know. I make carb 10, so I don't give a. Once I come out with something, I just don't give a shit about the other. I don't know. Proceps is having their own issues. New York, New Jersey is all closed here as well. By the way, Katie, that reminds me. There's a question on what steroids I take. We need to do that video on the on my HRT update. I think we have time today. Let's do that before we go to the meeting. Yeah, Katie, we got a tripod now, so all you got to do is fucking press play. Hopefully, you can handle that, boomer. My wife's really old. I like older women. It turns me on, so I married someone really, really old. Please, need your opinion on volume for beginners. I've had this issue for a long time. If you've had this issue for a long time, are you still a beginner? I'm just asking. Many YouTubers say to start with a full body program. I'm okay with bro splits. Again, I don't full body program. If I was a beginner, I'd still think it's boring as shit. So honestly, don't see a problem with you starting with a bro split. Just don't fucking kill yourself. Do like 2 or 3 working sets of each exercise. Pick like 3 or 4 exercises. That's fine. If your volume's the same, they're just doing full body. The problem with these YouTubers is they don't fucking know what they're talking about. They're not actual trainers. They have not done any mentorships or any, they do not have any education. They just look good in bikinis or shorts, assuming they're male. So at the end of the day, stop listening to fake news. There's so many ways to do it. There's no one right way. And again, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not getting paid for you doing my recommendations. I always use and rep MTS and I'm preparing for powerlifting. Ever thought about a singlet for powerlifting? No, not enough of a market. I would rather spend my money. If I'm going to waste my money, I'm going to buy a really cool car, not a singlet for a bunch of powerlifters. Texas Chivs, restaurants, bars are closed. Yep. Same here in we actually what they recommend in the state of Tennessee is um, restaurants at 50% capacity, and that keeps the social distancing, um, which I think is actually not a bad idea. But again, you notice a dichotomy right now. Like the South really doesn't give a fuck, whereas the North and the Midwest, they're panicking like a motherfucker. So you're seeing a dichotomy in how Americans treat things, right? And we'll see who's right in the end, right? What time do you cut caffeine off during the day? Generally speaking, I usually after I have my pre-workout at around 9:30, I usually don't have much caffeine. Katie will have a coffee at like 1. I've stopped even doing that. Sometimes when I'm dragging a little bit, I'll either go on a walk or just sip some Clash in my machine fuel. I don't plan. We got rid of CLA because it sold really slow. You can buy a lot of other CLAs. It's kind of a bullshit ingredient anyway. I just came out with because I thought there was demand. I don't take CLA. I never said I did. 16 weeks out, and gym closed. Better start getting creative. No, you don't have to get creative, EJ Powell. Every single day, I will be providing a resistance band workout that will be just as good or better than the workout you do in the gym. Katie, that we did most of our workout at the gym with bands yesterday. Wasn't that a sick ass workout? The overhead squats and everything, that was phenomenal. So trust me, if you follow me and you get on my mini band and my band program, you're going to get just as good a gains. Yes, I did train with Dorian Yates. That doesn't mean I'd train his style. In fact, the older I get, the less intense I get and the more gains I make. Because it's still safe to train if gyms stay open like mine. I'll answer this again, even though I think YouTube glitched or you're annoying. I'm just kidding. Yes, I believe that if you're young and healthy, yeah, and you wipe the equipment off and don't go fucking bro hug people. Get on your equipment, clean the shit, work out, clean it when you're done, and move the fuck on. And don't fucking kiss dudes. How do you deal with cravings for junk food? I don't have cravings for junk food because I eat outright bars. I eat 7 outright bars a day. 18-year-old phosphatidic acid. I don't see why not. Shirt always gets me a thumbs up after people read it. That's cool. Um, Please do give us some good stuff from that time. I don't know what that means. Will you be doing live workouts? We follow. Yes, absolutely. It won't be live, but it will be filmed and it will be chronologically ordered. So if you start a week late, it's not a big deal. You could jump on what I'm doing currently or go my old shit. But we're going to do something daily. Noah, I will go over my HRT today and I will post it tomorrow. I keep forgetting to do it because I'm trying to run a company through all this bullshit. Best way to cycle Anavar for a female is not to take Anavar as a female. You don't need it. Um, and honestly, if you're asking me, that means you didn't get it through a doctor. So there's many reasons why I would recommend females stay away from unprescribed, unmedically supervised hormones. And one would be that I don't want you having a bigger clitoris than your boyfriend has penis. Although he might like that. And I would tell more jokes, but my kids are in this house. What do you think our country will look like once this mess is over? The same as it looked like after Y2K. Same as it looked like after H1N1, which, by the way, I think we underreacted to, or we overreacted to this. That's your call to make. I think we're going to have the biggest economic rebound in American history. I think our stock market is going to go over 35,000, and I think that we're going to reach the greatest moment of prosperity in American history. Tell me about it. I'm in Ohio right now, and that's why I never moved to Ohio. I moved to Tennessee. About to grow the tricep. How to grow the tricep area near the elbow area? Well, honestly, that's your insertions of your muscle. If it's not growing equally to the top part, that just means that God didn't like you there, and that's your insertion point. So you just have high triceps, and you're gonna have really big upper triceps and probably shitty lower triceps. And I have the same problem. Thank you, Raspberry. My aunt had exactly what you had, Mark, and I believe you and her had the same thing. She felt she had it back in late December, early January. I guarantee you this. Out of everybody, we have what 70 people on here right now. It was up to whatever. I guarantee at least 10% of the people on here have had the coronavirus. I have no fucking doubt in my mind. And I can guarantee that because no one can prove me wrong because no one's getting tested and it's gone anyway. Mark, I love machine sleep. Thank you. Should I be worried about the P65 warning on outright bars? So let me talk about Prop 65. I actually did a video on it. Search Prop 65 Lobliner. They're trying to get it erased in the Senate. Basically, the state of California in 1980 decided that these were bad for you. So what they did is they kept lowering the levels. So nothing in nature passes this. And then class action attorneys who donate heavily to the Democratic Party in California got on board. The Republicans in Senate are trying to repeal it with a clear labeling act that I believe is going into vote on April 1st. If we get to it, which it might not get voted on because of this distraction with the virus. Prop 65 is a big joke. It's a big hoax. And what it does, it minimizes risks in that it's on everything. It's on the refrigerator we bought. It's on the furniture. It's going to be on every single food you eat. And if you even have a test that shows that you have lower levels, the attorneys on the other side will actually contest and say their test is different. So that just costs you more money, more money. So what you do is you have to put this warning on to avoid future lawsuits. It is the biggest pain in the ass, and it costs us near six figures to settle. And that's just not cool. It's just not cool. And that's only in the state of California. Notice it says has been shown in the state of California. So in all other 49 other states and every other country in the world, it doesn't cause issues. But if you eat it in the state of California, it causes issues. Basically, what I'm saying is California is a shithole. Unfortunately, it's a shithole with a large population, who's a huge market, fifth largest economy in the world, but they're also a bunch of fucking assholes. My favorite podcast, Joe Rogan. Share with us top vitamins, minerals, herbs we can take to strengthen our immune system. I'm going to keep it simple. Ambrosia, this is what I take every day, and I've been doing it. I have videos on it. I'm not just saying this because of the fucking virus. This is my immune stack. Okay? Ambrosia. Every morning I drink ambrosia nectar, machine greens. I take vitamin D3. We have it back in stock. I take MTS Immortal. So nectar, machine greens, and Immortal, and Vega D3, which is our vitamin D3. That's what I take. Can I lose fat on 3 dense meals? If your macros are the same as it would be, yes. Dense meals doesn't mean anything. It's about creating a caloric deficit. When you first start cycling, is it confusing? You should not start cycling. You should only ever consider steroid use if it's prescribed by a doctor. Okay, that's my recommendation. What'd you do if you were stuck in your home for a couple weeks? Same thing I'm doing now. I'd work, and I'd train with resistance bands. Yes, Alex is doing great. He got over his health issue. You're trying to take all the fun out of the gym. Damn, me? I don't know what you're talking about. My test is 295. I'm 22. Is that an issue? Yeah, that's pretty low. How's delivery going so far for TG? Any supplement recommendations till you get the Immortal back in stock? What is TG? Um, till Immortal. Honestly, you can just get by with nectar and machine greens for now. Love machine fuel. I had all flavors. I'm going to create a new flavor. No, we have 10 flavors of machine fuel as it is. I want to get rid of a couple. Too many SKUs. I'm 164 pounds and get around 120 grams of protein a day. Um, you could build muscle, but that's not enough protein. Just eat another 45 grams of protein. Like, just is it that like 45 grams of protein? That's literally one chicken breast or 2 scoops of protein. You know what I mean? Like, just get that gram per pound. It's not that hard to do. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get some work done. Thanks for joining.